It's called a promo, kid.
Shut your mouth,
if you want to
John.
be the big dog, you're going to have to learn how to do it. So go ahead.
You ready? No! I said, are you ready?
That was good. I'm glad you finally decided to pull that giant stick out of your butt and have some fun for once in your life.
You're uneducated marks! You sit there on your phones tweeting out your opinions like they're worth a damn. Let me explain something to you people. You don't know shit!
And I'd like to think that maybe this company will be better after Vince McMahon's death.
All right, this is going to be weird. This is going to be a weird one. I'm leading it in, but I'm not in charge today. Jeff is about to do his first ever interview alone. He's got his guest, Lucha Big E, here. Introduce yourself, please, sir.
Ding dong. Hello.
Welcome, everybody. Wrestling in the Middle, my people. Thank you for having me. My name is Lucha Big E. And if you watched SmackDown Friday, April 25th, you may have noticed that a man with a prosthetic leg used it in a match with Montez Ford. Well, that's me. I'm Lucha Big E. That was my leg. So I'm happy to be here. We're going to talk about it today much more. Join with the homies, Josh, Jeff. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, dude, we're happy to have you. I'm just going to be a fly on the wall. I'm about to duck out. Jeff is going to conduct his interview, and I'm very proud of him, but excited to have you. Let's see how this goes.
Buckle up, Teddy.
Hi. Welcome everyone to the season 5 of Wrestling in the Middle. I'm your host for today, Jeffrey Ortiz, aka Overtime Ortiz, aka Jeffrey the Referee.
Hey.
None other than what I have my special honor, privilege, mi hermano, mi camarada, Lucha Big E, man. I'm so excited to have you here for this special episode, bro.
Thanks, man. I'm glad we got to pop it off with a moment. You know what I mean? You were already planning on doing some big things with Wrestling in the Middle, so I'm glad to be here and be a part of that. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, shoot, thank you for being here, man. Well, let's get into it, bro. I just wanted this. It's gonna be a nice little cool kickback sesh.
Hell yeah.
So maybe for the people that don't know, because I know you pretty well, how did you come up with the name Lucha Big E?
Wow, man, that is a question that I've been asked many times before, and the answer has evolved. When I first started coming up with the idea of Lucha Big E, it was to do streaming. I wanted to, I had a lot of downtime. And I said, well, what can I do? We started compiling the setup. We built the setup. Professional mics, cameras, action, and it was like, well, I'm gonna cater to the wrestling community because that's what I was gonna focus on. Lucha Big E. I was already called Big E for I don't know, since I was in the 4th grade. How long ago was that? I've been Big E since I was in the 4th grade, so I was about 10 years old. So about 30 years I've been Big E. So I just added the Lucha to it. Hispanic heritage. Chicano, proud, from El Paso, Texas, land of the warriors, the guerreros. Juarez is right across the river, and I grew up with lucha libre there, so lucha libre is in my blood. It was only natural to be Lucha Big E. And like I said, it evolved, man. It evolved into something as important to everybody as the fight. What it really is, the struggle, la lucha. So it evolved up until today, where it is still evolving. Lucha is the lucha lifestyle now. It's more than pro wrestling. It's more than me. It's the struggle that we all share every day that we wake up and we have to fight something, whether it's getting up to go to work or taking care of our kids and then go to work, or just struggling to put a smile on our face when we don't want to. Everybody can relate to everybody, and that's the lucha lifestyle, man. That's what Lucha Big E has evolved to.
That's amazing. Actually, I never even knew the depth of how it went, and I'm glad you elaborated on that because, man, I just need to be Lucha Overtime Ortiz, man. Hell yeah!
I can dig it, man. I can dig it, and that's why I got my Lucha Amigos. Everybody's my Lucha Amigo, man.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah, bro. So, for those of people that don't know, And if it's okay with you, if we could talk about it, and I think it brings great awareness of if it's okay to talk to you about your leg. Is that
Of
is that
course,
safe?
of course, of course,
Okay.
of course. Yeah, I mean that's what got me a little pop, anyways, right? The leg. And
Yeah.
then, what do you want to know about the leg?
So I was gonna say, tell me how did you lose your leg for one, and growing up to now where you're at, how does that the lifestyle of having one leg? Because I'm trying to understand. I would like to understand what
Okay,
it's like. What's the thought process goes to your mind every day? You know, how does it affect your life?
yeah. So the one thing is, I can try to help you understand. You will never understand unless it helps you,
Hmm.
right? Unless it happens to you. So,
Okay.
so many amputees out there that meet each other, and I'm like, damn, the simplest of things, but like taking a shower every day, hard, man.
Mm.
Not easy. Okay,
Okay.
so I lost my leg in 2019. Um, I wasn't taking care of my health. I was leading a fast life, working in the strip clubs for over 15 years. And a lot of that is sex, drugs, and rock and roll, baby. So
Mm.
at the same time, I'm not taking care of myself and I'm letting things go. And I don't have health insurance. And I think, nah, it's all right. I'd rather work. I'd rather work.
Mm.
And I ended up getting a bone infection. And it just didn't heal. And it got deeper in the bone. And that led to the amputation. So I spent a month and a half in the hospital, uh, where I should have died.
Wow.
I want, yeah, they were like, you're about, if you would have came on a day later, you probably would have died. Could be a lot of hospital talk. You know what I mean? They want to scare you right at the gate, like, hey, what the but
Mm-hmm.
the thing is over time is I was trying to die. I was letting the illness take me.
Mm.
I had already given up, and I said, I'm gonna just let this take me. Tired. I was 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 tired.
Chacho.
And I was in pain a lot. I was in pain probably like for a year before that. Like I said, I was tired. I was tired. I was working 6 days a week at the strip
Mm.
club. That got a routine that just I was tired of it. I've been doing that for 15 years and not catching a break, man. It caught up to me. So my body was taking a beating. And yeah, it ended up with me in the hospital. So I was waking up every day. When I was at home. Um, Shout out to my boy Colin. I told him, hey, don't call the police, don't do anything. I'm just gonna go. That's it. And I kept waking up every day like, damn, I'm still here. I would wake up and I was like, damn, I'm still here. Going to sleep worse, feeling worse, feeling worse. My leg was a mess. And one day I woke up and I was just in so much pain. Like my body started like exploding. And I was like, oh shit, I'm
Mm.
gonna die. And then, and it didn't happen. So I
Shit.
was like, damn. I was like, you know what? I think I need to call the hospital. I think I need to call an ambulance. So I go to the hospital. They tell me, yeah, you know, if you would have came in a day later, you probably would have been dead. I was like, shucks. Um,
That's crazy.
so I spent a month and a half in the hospital, you know, trying to fix me. They still amputate the leg, and then I'm still sick. The infection is still killing me. So a lot of
Mm.
people think like, oh yeah, like you know, you lost a leg and then now you're good, right? You got a prosthetic, now you're good. Well, it's not as easy as that either because the infection ravaged my kidneys. So now I'm living with like stage 3 kidney disease, and that doesn't get better. It only gets worse.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So I'm fighting every day to strengthen my kidneys, keep them healthy, and really a lifestyle change. Um, and that's what happened, man. I mean, I came out of there in 2019 a changed man, a changed, you know, a
Mm.
life-changing event, a truly life-changing event. The day after, you know, I was still kind of like taking everything in, and I just had a upbeat, positive attitude because I knew if God was gonna take me, He would have taken me.
Yeah.
Said, "You're not ready,"
No.
and so I said, "Well, I tried. It didn't happen. Now I got to lean into the opposite way, and now I love life and I appreciate it." So that's kind of where I'm at as far as that was after. You know what I mean? And I will say this, man, the one
Mm.
constant no matter what, how that as down as I was afterwards too, because you know sometimes you feel like a failure. Sometimes I felt, oh man, I failed as a man. I failed as a human. I failed in so many ways by allowing this to happen. And look at where I am at now. There's so many things that go through your head. The one constant, man, was always pro wrestling. There was always pro wrestling. It was 2019 in the month of May, and not 5 days out of the hospital, I was on the sofa watching Double or Nothing for AEW, and I had the biggest smile on my face, man. And my friend said, my friend Colin, shout out my friend Colin. He was sitting next to me, and he said, "Man, I wish I could find something that makes me as happy as pro wrestling makes you." And I was sitting there with my leg chopped off. So pro wrestling, man, is deeper than just entertainment to me. Really saved my life. I woke up and I wrote "Cero Miedo" on my refrigerator, man. I woke up every day on crutches or on my walker in my wheelchair, and it was "Cero Miedo" every day, bro. Pro wrestling in so many ways. It's an amazing thing.
Truly, I'm thank you for one for sharing that, and I appreciate you trusting me and getting deep with you on an emotional level. No, I really do appreciate it, bro. It shows me the love now. How much I always hear you in the chat. Always talk about Penta so much. It's more than that, bro. It's like really zero fear every day. Every day when I wake up, every day zero fear. No matter how I'm feeling, no zero fear. I'm gonna go ahead strong. Take today's challenges. And bro, love you, man. I love you even more for that.
Hey, always, man.
But let's switch it up to some. Let's switch it up to gear.
Yes.
Let's talk about Dickies Arena, Fort Worth, Texas, in our backyard home on a Friday night TLC fight. Man, you gotta tell me, please. Tell me what it was being front row. First of all, I need to know, but I'm pretty sure the fans and everyone watching probably wants to know in case they've never experienced front row experience. Can you tell me what was that like? How did you get those tickets, man?
I mean, talk about lucha lifestyle. Talk about wrestling in the middle, bro. It starts with getting the tickets, right? The ticket. What tickets? The ticket.
The ticket.
So I got the pre-sale, and you know it's always a shooter. You know, hit or miss with pre-sales, with the timing. When do they release them? Luckily, I got the Dickies Arena pre-sale. It was just Dickies Arena, so lucky. Jump in line in the queue, and I see the floor seats available. And then I'm looking, and I'm like, kind of taking my time. Like, I'm like, all right, well, if I were gonna pick one, and then I see them disappear, bro. I just see them disappearing in real time, bro. In real time.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh shit. So I panic. I pick one like right by the ringside steps, because I said in my head right away, I'm like, all right, they're gonna come through. They have to come up through the steps. It's the closest thing I can do to just be near a wrestler, and they can hear me and they can hear my loud ass mouth. So I pick it. I get in the queue. I did like I talked to Bully and Mark Henry. I told them. They said, "How'd you get it?" I said, "Man, paying for it, bro. I'm a baller on a budget, dog." So you know, I financed that. Got that done and had my ticket secured. I know I posted it in the chat when I got it. Everybody collectively groaned and they did the E, but it's okay. I still put it in the chat because we repping the Fed till we die, baby. Even more now. I cannot deny. If my leg goes in the Hall of Fame,
Talk to me.
But so that day comes. And then I touched on this, man. So I get the ticket, and I'm waiting, and then I get the meet and greet with Mick Foley.
Oh yeah, please. That was my other question. But shoot, let's get down to it.
So like it all goes together because the idea goes hand in hand with that. Because I meet Mick Foley, I share a moment with him. He signs my leg. I didn't get a chance to talk to Mark Henry about this on Monday, but I really wanted to.
Well, the floor is yours.
That day that I met Mick, I took a couple of photos with me that I had taken when I was a kid when I was 12 years old.
Oh, heck yeah, that's what we want to see.
I don't know if we can see this.
Whoa.
So this is January 13th, 1997. And that was at a house show in El Paso, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So that was Owen Hart, by the way, if anybody didn't see or if it gets blurry.
It is a little bit blurry, but I'm appreciative for letting me know it was Owen Hart because that's even legendary. It just made it even intensify. Oh, snap. Yeah, much better. Well, okay.
Right?
Dang. That's nice.
So as a 12-year-old, I'm sitting there and I'm taking a picture of Owen Hart.
Yo, that's crazy.
So I take it to Mick because he was there that night too. The main event was a triple threat match with The Undertaker, Vader, and Mankind, which I did as a 12-year-old kid. I didn't know who to root for because I loved all of them. I loved the bad guys. I loved the good guys. I loved the freaks. I loved the dark side. I loved the monsters. So I was a big kid. I bet when I was, 12 years old, I was already probably like 5'10". So, I loved all the big men. I loved all the monsters. And Vader was one of my favorites. Undertaker, of course, how can you deny it? And then Mankind, I already loved him from Cactus Jack. And that's what I told Mick Foley. I said, man, by the time you were already doing shit as Cactus Jack, I was already believing you were a legend in my head, So, and he goes, wow, 30 years, man. So I show him the Owen picture, and then he's like, man, I bet you Davey Boy's laughing at Owen saying something. I guarantee it. It was just a great moment. So I wanted to share that with Mark because I know Mark shared a deep history with Owen Hart, training up there with the Harts. So I didn't get a chance to talk about that with him, but maybe one day I will. And that's where the idea came up, man. I get home and my brother Bear is like, hey, wouldn't it be cool? And my brother Bear is the ultimate. You think I'm cool and I'm hype? My brother Bear will hype you up like no other. And right away he comes up with the idea, hey, bro, can you imagine if you give your leg to a wrestler? And I'm like, that would be cool. I was like, but Bear, you know what it would take for that to happen? I was like, man, it would take so much for that moment to happen. I was like, first we'd have to have a street fight or something. I'm like, there'd have to be a street fight. There'd have to be a, weapons match. I was like, something crazy like that. I was like, nothing's been announced. We're 3 weeks out from SmackDown. I go, nothing's been announced, man. So I was like, I don't think I'm going to see that on the card. And then 2 weeks later, Nick Aldis is like, yeah, you guys, triple threat, TLC. And I'm just like, boom. I'm like, there it is, baby. There it is. And it's Ocean's 11. Now we just got to execute. The plan. And, it's still the characters in the game. Like, I still got to pop my leg off and do it. So I get to Dickies Arena. They tell me I can't wear my mask. I'm freaking out. I'm in my Discord servers like, oh, I'm gonna face reveal today. Impromptu face reveal, guys. My bad.
My God.
Oh my God. So I'm freaking out. Luckily, I got a haircut that day, so everything was looking nice and fresh. Get to my seat. So vulnerability, I want to talk about it. I was vulnerable, man. I was like, I'm gonna be without my mask. And soon enough, I'm gonna be without my leg. And there's not gonna be like, hey, we never noticed that you didn't have a leg. Jeff, I know the first time we met, I don't think you noticed. I went, I visited your home. Thank you for inviting me in. And I don't even think so it's not something that I bring up, and it's not something that I accentuate in my personality. But this night, well, hell, she was the star of the show. She was the star of the show, baby. So sitting in there, man, and watching the whole aspect of SmackDown in and of itself as being just a very concert atmosphere and entertainment and everything going on leading up to that was already amazing. And then the hell of a match, man. The TLC match was just spot after spot.
You got to talk about this because we're talking about Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, Street Profits. And then I was going to say, I watched that match, watching you live and then rewatching it afterwards and over again was so unreal. Like, I was like, yo, that's my boy Lucha Big E right now.
Yes, sir.
And then I'm talking about, and you got to think about it. Did you really thought at one point, if I gave him my leg, he's going to grab it and he's going to use it in this match?
Well, Okay, so after the idea came out and I'm already sitting there, yeah, the plan's in place. I'm gonna try my damnedest to capitalize, right, on the opportunity. And I'm watching the match, and I'm just like, these guys are hitting their spots, and I know I'm a businessman too, and I know we're on TV. There's only so much time you have, and each spot can take so much time. And these guys are hitting everything like clockwork. Overtime, they're hitting everything like clockwork. And I mentioned this on Bully Ray's show. They were selling. So if they fell off the ladder, man, they were down on the ground for like two minutes, like recovering. Like, you know, so if they felt there was opportunities where there was professional wrestlers in front of me, but they're on the ground, they're out there on the ground selling, and I can't just be like, hey, help yourself, use this. Like it's very forced, right?
Yeah.
The moment has to be organic, and it couldn't have come at a more perfect time. So in my thought process, I said, there's only two guys in this match that are going to use my leg. Montez Ford, Tommaso Ciampa. I said, these are the only two guys that will use my leg. And I'm looking, and then Tommaso is, like I said, every time I see him, he's kind of hurt, or he's hitting a quick double team with Gargano. So it's not looking with him. And at one point, I didn't think it was going to happen. I said, I am not going to mess with this work of art. I'm not going to mess with these guys' script. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm with the script. You know what I mean? So I said, this ain't your time. This ain't your time. Here we go. Montez climbs up, hits a blockbuster, right? The electric chair blockbuster, and everybody's down on the ground. Everybody's down on the ground. So nobody's really going to jump up and interfere. Nobody's going to like mess up anything that's really going on. Montez gets to his feet first. And he's walking my way. There's a ladder in front of us already. And I had touched it earlier because I said, how sturdy is this thing? And it's sturdy. I mean, at one point, the ladder in the middle was carrying at least 600 pounds, right? With 3 men on it? It was carrying 700 pounds. Good God. So these ladders are heavy duty, right?
Okay.
So I see Montez, and I'm popping off my leg as soon as he's like halfway to me. I sit down, and then I just prop it up, man. And I felt like a video game. Like as if the video game emblem popped up, and it's like he needed to push a button to, you know, use my leg, use my leg, use my leg. Like, and that was the most basic thing that I could tell somebody so they could understand what I wanted them to do. And hopefully they saw what I was looking at. And it looked like he didn't even pay attention. And then all of a sudden it just turned around. He snapped, and he was just like, hell yeah, let me use that. And man, like I said, the rest is history, man.
Bro. I thank you so much, because that must have been like an outer body experience to just have him look at you. He said, nah, forget the ladder. That's it. Boom. Toma. And gave it to him. And then on top of that, and may I quote from the Bubba Ray Busted Open experience, you said, I caught it like Thor's hammer.
Bro, I was telling him I can't catch anything, bro. I can't catch a break. I can't catch nothing. Not only am I thinking like, wow, he took it. Wow, what a moment. Wow, a pop. When he throws it at me, my heart sinks, bro. And I'm like, I'm going to this up. I am not going to catch this thing. And I tell you, it just like magnetically. Magnetic?
Yeah, no, you're right.
It just came to me, bro. It just came to me, and I was just like, immediate. That was the first reaction, and that's all organic. That's not me even thinking about it. That's what like I even look at the crowd because I hear the pop, and I'm like, yeah, like I'm just ecstatic, man.
Bro, that pose was epic. We're talking about if this was an anime moment, it was definitely like an All Might moment, superhero. One Piece when Luffy and at a freaking Kitty's lobby, bro, when they all roll it up. And bro, it was an epic pose and an epic pop. And seeing you on TV, just seeing the homie, and you had this moment, it was like, bro, I just kept on talking about it at work. Anyone that would listen, I was like, bro, yo, check out my boy Big E, bro. Check out my boy Big E. Like, and we're talking about let's name him. You said Complex, WWE, Netflix, and we're talking about not just 1,000, 2,000. No, we're talking about 4.5 million views across the board. Like people this thing is catching like wildfire.
I mean, that was 4.5 on X. It's 10 million actually across all platforms.
Oh, all platforms. Thank you.
YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Bianca Belair shared it. Montez Ford shared it. Newsweek picked it up. Fox News picked it up. Sports Illustrated picked it up. We're talking major publications, man. So, like I said, the magnitude didn't really hit me until afterwards. Like at first, I was just like, "Wow, so cool!" Moment happened, but it didn't really hit me until afterwards when I was like, "Oh, this is getting motion." I was like, "This is cool," and I was just gonna soak in the 15 seconds of fame. I was just gonna soak it in, man, because what a moment! What a moment to share with those guys. Like I said, I have to give all credit to those performers because they put on a WrestleMania caliber performance that easily, if you copy and paste that whole sequence of that main event into WrestleMania, it's a Hall of Fame WrestleMania. It overshadows every other match that probably was on WrestleMania besides maybe the Fatal 4-Way. I bawled when Dominic won, but
favorite between me and you, bro. That was my favorite match, bro.
Yeah,
bro. Favorite.
So if you can copy and paste those 30 minutes into WrestleMania, I mean, awesome. But I don't think they get that. I think they get a watered down version. Maybe stuff gets cut, and of course, you don't get the leg spot. You don't get the leg spot because Lucha Big E could not afford tickets to WrestleMania this year. But maybe we'll see about next year. We'll be all wrestling in the middle, and we'll be over there as a group.
Yeah, bro. No, I was gonna say you definitely got that question. I had that next. I was like, do you think this should have been on the WrestleMania card? And I guess you're right. That changes everything. It's like a whole like alternate universe. What if this was on WrestleMania, Big E wouldn't have been there. If this was on WrestleMania, maybe you're right. That spot wouldn't have. Time was precious. We're talking about WrestleMania, but I think it was all meant to be, bro. Like you said,
definitely
stars aligned.
The gods were shining down on me today. That day,
and
today, and every day now, everything is a blessing. The network that it opened with the Busted Open Nation, and then just pro wrestling. I was in dark times that week, Jeff. I was in dark times that week coming in. I wasn't just feeling well, and what came to save the day?
Wrestling.
What came to save the day? Wrestling, baby.
We're not talking about just any. We're talking about WWE in Dallas Fort Worth, Texas,
and I kind of talk about this personally. I have talked about it personally. Had this happened at a independent show, cool spot, right?
Yeah,
we see prosthetic legs used in indie events. But this happened with, I mean, come on, we're gonna say best of the best, in sports entertainment, WWE. Exactly. You know what I mean? And not only that, right? Because I want to say a little bit of tribalism aside with AEW being known for its grit, and Spike's gonna come and we're gonna stick it in your back and we're gonna show that on TBS. You know what I mean? Like. That's wild stuff for pro wrestling, but we're used to the extreme factor, and people like, with WWE never do that. I brought a little bit of ECW. I brought a little. I mean, I had somebody comment, it felt like I was watching the Attitude Era again. You know what I mean? So, not only me, I take that back. Montez brought back, dressed in the HBK gear, bringing it back to the Attitude Era. Bringing it back to the WCWs, like the ECWs, like a little bit of hardcore, something that people were saying now we don't know what we'll see at a WWE event. It was a moment that, like I said, there were so many layers to it that hits in so many ways, from me personally to the community, to the wrestling community, to the higher ups, Triple H. I want to know if he was just laughing his ass off. Like, is that a freaking leg? Like, hell yeah. Like, I mean, I would love to know those reactions, and hopefully one day I get to chop it up with Montez Ford about his experience with it. That would be very awesome. So, just an experience all the way around, man. I mean, as wrestling fans, I know you love wrestling. You are passionate about it as much as I am.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you appreciate what this moment is deeper than just I show it to another friend of mine and they go, hey, that's cool.
No.
You know, they're like, oh wow, like you went viral, that's cool, you're crazy. They go, Big E, you're crazy. You know what I mean? And I'm just like,
no,
yeah,
man.
but they don't understand. And I'm like, they don't understand. I'm like, man,
Bro, I took it to the world of Reddit, man. And speaking of that, I wanted to talk about a certain podcaster, let's just say, of the name JD from NY, bro.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe it's because I have loyalty to you, and that guy, I have my strong opinions, and I mean strong opinions about him.
A lot of people do.
I felt me being your friend. I was just like, who the this guy thinks he is, bro? Who the where does he get off?
I get it, man. And so if we want to touch on what actually happened with that is they were asking me about my tickets, right? And I had a little bit of frustration because so many people were commenting that, oh yeah, that's an automatic plant, like he works for WWE or just whatever. And it kind of irked me. So I felt I needed to clear the air on that and have them understand, like, no, this was completely organic. This was like, hey, give me the credit on at least coming up with the idea. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate you, Papa H, but this one's on me, big dog. You know what I mean? Like, so I kind of had to clear the air, and we were rolling, right? We're rolling, and I'm heated. And JD from NY is the first name that popped up in my head because he did mention something about that. So when I let in, and I lumped him in with the chatter of plant, and I get it. He got mad because I supposedly called him a plant. No. Supposedly said that he called me a plant, right?
Okay.
And he went, I never called you a plant. I never called you a plant. What he actually did say was that Triple H took a page out of Good Friends, Better Enemies, In Your House 96, Shawn Michaels versus Diesel. Diesel takes off Mad Dog Vachon's leg, uses it in the match with Shawn Michaels. It was a no holds barred championship match. The last time that Kevin Nash was ever on a WWE pay-per-view. He went to WCW after that. So he's calling it back, but when you're saying Triple H took a page out of that as a throwback, as a callback, how else am I going to end up there?
Yeah.
Other than him putting me there, right? Like
it's not like you knew what they were going to wear too on top of that.
Oh yeah, on top of that. That's why I tell you, over time, the layers of all this that fit perfectly on top of each other and just aligned, it was the wrestling gods. And like I said, I can't thank it anymore. But yeah, so we got in kind of two of a spat, but I understand too. I'm a type of person that if I say something and you misquote me, I'm going to correct you. I'm going to be like, I didn't say that. This is what I said and this is what I meant. He kind of did elaborate and say, this is what I said, but he didn't pick a fight with me after that or anything. So I'm cool with JD from NY. I know he has strong opinions. That's why I like him. And he does rub some people the wrong way. And sometimes he's an asshole, but sometimes I'm an asshole. Hey, you know what I mean? So, like, I get it.
Fair enough.
And I thought, you know what? If I would have heard that and I would have said something, I would have said something too.
Okay.
But he is a little more brash, and he's a play-by-play for Hog Wrestling. So hey, it was me stepping on his toes. I am but a droplet of water in this game of anything with social media. So I give him his flowers where he is. He's been doing the game for a very long time. So hey, it is what it is. Hey, everybody has a little few misunderstandings here and there. If he don't want to shake hands, I'm cool with that too. So
man, and I think
we'll leave that as it is.
Leave it as it is, man. That's fair. But let's talk about at King Tez. Hit you up with this. Thanks for the assist, giving us a leg up on the competition.
Drink it in, man.
What if any wrestler hit me up and said something of that caliber to me, I would be like, yo, I'm framing this, it's going on the wall, and when people walk in my house, I'm just like, yeah, King Tez tweeted that to me, man. There's no biggie. I was just a Friday night, the usual.
Such a good man, just such a good-hearted individual, veteran, man of the people, the people's champ, forever fan. Montez, forever fan here. Without him, the moment doesn't happen. I told you those only two guys that were going to use it. I knew it was either Montez or Tommaso, and Montez is the one that was going to step up. So without him, the moment doesn't happen, and all I am is a fan, clapping, cheering, which I still would have been doing, screaming my lungs out. But man, Montez he's like an awesome dude, man. And he's been tweeting every day since saying God is good. And I've been reposting that every single day. I will never not repost that. God is good all the time, ladies and gentlemen.
Amen. God is good all the time. I agree 100%. Let's switch up the other gear. We got Bully Ray.
Woo!
Hit you up,
Woo!
asking you to come on Busted Open Radio in a short span of time. Tell me what it's like. You know how we are as fans, and we know Bully Ray from going back from either ECW or WWF in the Attitude Era, all the way to where he's at from TNA and going to the Hall of Fame, all that, right?
Yep.
So we take that, what we know, and now he is also, I would say he is definitely successful in the podcast game, whether how you feel the takes or not, and that's including me. I still love him. He's still a legend. Give him respect. But you got to tell me what was that like, bro?
So I'm getting the influx of comments, tweets, likes, all this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling you, Jeff, I didn't sleep. I was, from that morning, I didn't go to bed until 2 p.m. the next day from SmackDown. So I didn't get to bed till 2 p.m. on Saturday. I wake up and it's just, again, it's still a firestorm. It's still a firestorm of sharing, right? So in the midst of that, I'm commenting on every single thing. Anybody that talks about it, I'm liking, I'm commenting. Anybody that talks about it, of course, Bully's jumping on there and he mentions it. And the only excitement I can say was that was my leg and it was used by Mick Foley, something to that extent. 20, 30 minutes later, hey man, do you want to come out and bust it open on Monday and talk about your leg and what it was to be there live? Absolutely, I do.
Yes.
I've been preparing for this my whole freaking life. This is the ultimate promo. This is the ultimate, this is the ultimate, as far as myself, my background in any type of entertainment broadcasting and talking, I mean, they commented on my setup, you know what I mean? Like, this is all years of DJing and emceeing and talking in front of people. And knowing that I had a skill, but this was really like, you're talking in front of the maestros over here.
I was about to say, you're about to shine, bro. You're like, let me cook real quick. Let me cook. Let me show you what I'm working with.
and sure enough, man, it was awesome working with a master, a veteran, a Hall of Famer on the mic, in front of the camera, how to control cadence, how to control the tempo of the conversation, and it just was so great to be able to keep up with these.
You performed me, bro. It felt like I was watching two masters at work. The interview, if anyone hasn't heard it, please go hear it, and you'd be amazed. It was
that's
amazing.
A testament, man. That's a testament to Bully's dedication. You know what I mean? His skills. He's not just good at being a pro wrestler. Like, he's got some skills, man, and he's an entertainment character, and he's Uncle Bully to me now. He's Uncle Bully to me.
I think it's safe to say, and correct me if I'm wrong, because from what I got from that interview, by that interview, he even let you plug in whatever you want. He said, I usually don't do that, but I like you And then on top of that, Mark Henry seems to be really even more of a big fan. He even commented about the frog leghorn, in the background and everything. And
Yep.
talked about mental health with you on top of that. And I thought that was a
very
really
much
cool
so.
thing.
And he connected with. There were people that were listening to the show just because I was on it from my people. You know what I mean? My family, my cousins, things like that. And I said, hey, I'm going to be doing this if you get a chance, that aren't really pro wrestling fans, right? They don't really know who Mark Henry is. And so many of them were like, that Mark Henry guy. They were like, that Mark Henry guy, like, I really like him, He connected with the people that don't know him. They just are hearing him talk to me, somebody they love. And that's just the connection, man. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. And I appreciated his words so much, man, because I mean, like I said, I grew up watching these guys. The work that he put in as an Olympian and coming into the sport of professional wrestling, like it's amazing the things that these guys sacrifice, these men and women, all of them. Everybody.
Of course. They put their bodies on their line, bro.
Man, for our entertainment.
Exactly.
For our entertainment, like that's crazy. But
it's beautiful,
and they do more than that, and that's what I want them to understand too. Whenever I meet them, and I try to get them to appreciate that it's more than entertainment to some of us. It's the lucha lifestyle, man. It's the fight every day, and
lucha.
It's us loving the game, man. Loving the game, loving the business. I love it. I love pro wrestling, bro. All hail, Viva Lucha Libre, bro, for sure.
Viva Lucha Libre, bro. I agree with you 100%. Hey man, let's want to touch on like a couple more things, and I'll
let's
keep
talk.
it brief because, bro, I could talk to you for hours, bro. And I'm like, I know you got a busy schedule. I'm pretty sure you got to do a photo shoot
right now. Overtime is all you, baby. Overtime is all you, baby. It's all you right now.
All right, man. So I wanted to bring this up just to get your thoughts and opinion on it, bro.
Talk to me.
So I from what I understood and heard from, correct me if I'm wrong, they say WWE is going to be charging up to 40,000, around 4,000, like 40,000 for front row tickets to SummerSlam. May I ask, would you be attending that?
I don't. Overtime. I don't even know what tax bracket that is, dog.
Bro.
I don't even know what tax bracket that is. Well, who? I mean, celebrities, actors. That's what they want. And we're in a TKO era now, right? We're in a TKO era, so
we're talking about per seat. That's not just for a group. That's one seat for front row.
SummerSlam. I get it.
SummerSlam, bro. I'm
right. I mean, I get it. It's one of the big four, but it's not WrestleMania. It's SummerSlam.
I was like, guys, we're talking about SummerSlam here.
Compare
to AEW that is charging only $1,350 for front row tickets at All In Texas, which is in our backyard. But I was thinking about that. I have no reason to ever complain when I look at that price and then I'll be like, I can't afford the tickets, man. Those tickets are expensive. I'm like, and I guarantee people are still going to pay that price. And they'll have a time of their life, but we're talking about that's big money, man.
I mean, mind you, like that front row ticket was a bucket list thing for me. Like I was like, I'm gonna pull the trigger now. I'm gonna, get a front row seat. I'm not gonna be buying front row seats all the time now. You know what I mean? Because that is crazy work. Even that All In, I think should be like $800. I still think AEW overcharges when they come to the DFW area. Because if I was in Kentucky somewhere, the tickets are only buy one get one free in Kentucky, Tony. All right, I go to Garland, and we're paying. Come on. All right. Anyways, I'm just a poor man from a poor family. Ticket prices are crazy, man. And I brought it up on Busted Open, man. I mean, they say they're breaking record dates every single time, and I'm like, well, no shit. I'm like, you keep raising the price, and people keep paying. So as long as people keep paying, the price remains. That's all. I mean, so I don't know who's gonna afford those tickets. You're gonna lease your house. You gotta do something. You gotta, put something. Get an extra mortgage.
I know, right?
You gotta do something if you really want to go.
I'm gonna have to put up my house up. I'm gonna have to sell my house.
Or they only want a front row filled with celebrities, celebrities' kids or something.
Maybe I don't know,
man. But I will not be attending SummerSlam. I'll be watching from the comfort of my own home. Yes, indeed.
Man, well, we're gonna bring it to a close. I'm gonna count us out on the 1, 2, 3 soon. And I just must say this. When I met you, and I'm gonna put you over because I love you, bro. You're a brother to me. When I met you, if it's okay with you, we met at an AEW event on
That's right.
Monday morning. And I remember because I took off work that day, called in. I was not gonna miss this event. Get there very early. I think it was you, me. It was a female. I can't remember her name, but we're
She had
friends
donuts.
now.
She had
Yeah.
donuts.
Yeah, there you go. She brought the donuts, man. Came clutch, but it ain't nothing.
I found a straggler too. He was missing work at the same time.
Yo. And it was just us, just chilling, probably thinking same things. Maybe like, I'm just here. I want to talk to people, but I'm kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to bug them or whatnot. I saw you. You're on your phone. You're doing your thing. Oh, it's TK, thank you, TK. But you were the first one that set the tone, because as soon as I was like, oh, I like this guy's energy, man. Because even when I went to go take a picture and I asked those random guys, I was like, hey, man, can you take a picture? And then you were there and then you offered it also. And I was like, no, man, come on, take a picture with me.
Hell yeah.
And who would have guessed, bro? Who would have guessed that day that we met, and we're talking about wrestling, bringing it back together with the wrestling, for the love of the game and the wrestling, that I would have gained a new friend / brother / an amazing person in my life that I'm blessed to call my friend and brother. And I will always be thankful for that day of that AEW. That's always going to have a special moment because it brought me to you, and this wonderful friendship that we have, man. And who would have guessed, bro? I would have never guessed. And it's been showing nothing but more love. Anywhere I go, when I go to New York, and I met Steven and them, and
That's right.
And I just keep on adding people to this group chat of people that I've met, but only just because they have the same passion, the same love. Sometimes they could be a little bit, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But hey, at the end of it all, we all love wrestling and we all love each other at the end, whether we agree and disagree. And that's the great thing about pro wrestling. We got faces, we got heels, we got the crazy, oh my God moments, whatever it may be. And I just wanted to say I appreciate you. I love you, man. Like, big up to you. It's crazy. I'm going to say this, bro. It's crazy. For ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls and everyone in between, when I met this man had that red mask in the background right over there. And I never knew what this man's face looked like up until that SmackDown show. And he even let us know, hey, it's going to be a face reveal. And we're talking about it in front of the whole world. The kayfabe, the whole thing is like the curtain call, bro.
That's it.
Like, no!
It was it. I mean, either that or not sit in my seat.
Bro, I know, right? It's crazy. But just like just like majority of these luchadors, bro, you're very handsome, very suave, muy guapo, muy guapo.
Thank you.
Lucha Big E, I want you to go ahead. I'm gonna.
If I want to touch on that day too, man, when we met.
Okay, yeah, please.
At the press conference, bro. I didn't go there to make friends, right? I didn't go there to make friends. I almost didn't go because I heard about it maybe the night before. Something, I don't know. It was so sudden. And I decided to go. And meeting you, I was like, man, these people are cool, right? Like, and when you saw me doing my own thing, know that I'm always gonna do my own thing, regardless where we're at. I am always gonna do my own thing, and you never know what I'm gonna do. You might be sitting next to me, and I'm gonna pop my leg off. So, you never know what I'm gonna do. That's just Lucha Big E. So I didn't go to make friends, man, and I'm part of like Discord and stuff. So you have like these internet relationships with people, right? That you would friends, right? And I was already excited about telling them like, oh, hey. And then I was sending them clips about, when we were in the front there and they were like taking video of us and stuff like that. They cheer me on. So I'm 40. I don't need to make new friends, right? But pro wrestling, I'll snag you up as much as I can. I will snag you up as much as if you connect with pro wrestling, because I talk to my other pro wrestling, to my other close friends, and they're just like, ugh. Big E and his pro wrestling. Big E and his wrestling. Like, you know, and it's just like
No, trust me.
to find your tribe, man,
Yep.
you got to stick to it. You got to stick to it. So, I love pro wrestling fans. We're the best. I'll put us all over, man. And if I need somebody like you, where you guys are so passionate, you get together every week for AEW. You got the podcast going on, man. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that to have friends like you guys. So I got to put you all over. Wrestling in the Middle. Thank you so much for having me, Jeff. I appreciate it so much.
Bro, it's all the same thing. Love goes back to you, bro. I'm just glad we met. I'm blessed. Thank God. I'm blessed that I met you, bro, and have Wrestling in the Middle and all these other people in my life that are pro. Because I was same thing. I got out of wrestling, came back, found it, and it ignited a spark, bro. Same thing, bro. We might have to do another interview because I wanted to talk to you more on so many other things, bro. We might have to do a part 2, bring you back.
I mean, I don't mind, man. We can talk about it all day long. I'm not gonna be a stranger, so I will make myself available to you anytime. You, Josh, Mad Mike, all the homies.
Yes, sir.
Lucha Big E is here to stay, man.
Yeah, that's what I love to hear. Man. So where can everyone find you, bro? For the people that don't know where to find you, they just heard you today.
On my social media, man, it's the handle is always gonna be at Lucha Big E. I'm on Twitch, X, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. So anywhere you find me, Lucha Big E, you'll see it right here, baby.
X, yes, sir.
I'm gonna start streaming again, man. I'm gonna play some video games. Maybe we get back on Marvel Rivals together, and I might have to main Thor from now on. Because I put him over. So
you gotta do it now. Now you gotta do it. It's been written.
It's so cool, man. What a moment, what an experience, and thank you so much, man. What a great interview. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you, appreciate you. To everyone that's watching this right now and people that are new to the show, just wanted to welcome y'all to Wrestling in the Middle Season 5. I know it's a little bit different. Josh ain't here. I'm here. This is Space. But I just wanted y'all to appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for everyone. Don't forget to tune in, click in. Don't forget to like, subscribe. And now that we have this tier list going on, ladies and gentlemen, you could also subscribe to our nosebleed tier, which is our lowest tier, to our highest tier, which is ringside tier. So don't forget to click on that. Get your merch, Wrestling in the Middle. You're going to find more videos like this coming soon. Thank you. I'm going to count you out. This is a 1, 2, 3. Ring the bell. Lucha Big E won the match.